She likes that.
All right, go ahead, Rochelle. What else did you want to say?
Well, I was really mad at Dad because he moved while I was in Utah at a convention, and he wasn't supposed to move for another 2 weeks, and so I knew I was going to be gone for a week, and I knew I'd be back in time to see him before he left. And something happened with escrow, and he ended up moving early, and so when I got back, I was getting ready to go see him, and he had already moved. And I told him I was upset because I said, I know that I'm worried that I'm not going to see you before you die because you moved all the way to Texas, and we don't have a lot of money and we can't travel a lot, and he would give that little chuckle, and he'd say, oh no, don't worry about that, that's not going to happen. But what really, Dad always called to tell us when he was going to have something done. He always called me to tell me he was going to have surgery for this, or he was going to have skin cancer removed, or he was going to have his eyes worked on, or whatever it was, his hernias, everything. But when he called the day before this surgery, or the 2 days before this surgery, on the Sunday night, he called me, and he knew. He knew that he was not going to make it. And it was in his voice, it was in the way that he talked, and I just remember hearing such sorrow in his voice. And I thought, we always think our daddy's invincible. Nothing's ever going to happen to him.
Yep.
And that wasn't the case. But then he also visited me the next day. The day that he was having his surgery. In the morning, I was in bed, and I was, it was about, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning our time, and I was I had a bad night, and I was tossing and turning, and I was debating on whether to get up, and I went back to sleep, and I heard my name, Rochelle, just straight out heard my name, and I sat right up, and I have never heard anything like that before. I have heard promptings of the Spirit, I have felt things before, but I have never heard anything out loud like that, and it kind of freaked me out, but I knew exactly what it was. And I got up, and I was sitting out in the living room, and I had a baby monitor because I used to have one for Mom because Mom was so weak that I'd have to, go in there when she called me. And I was sitting there in the living room watching TV, and the baby monitor started to give feedback. And I was looking at it, and there was nothing around it. It never did that. It never made that sound. And it got louder. And I started thinking, and I said, Daddy? And it got louder. And I said, okay, if that's you, then make it stop. And it stopped. And then I said, okay, if that's you, make it start again. And it started again, and it got louder. And then I got mad. I said, no, you just go back. You're not here talking to me after you're gone. You go back and you fight, because I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And then I heard that he had gone through the surgery and everything was okay, so I figured everything was all right. And I went out with my husband, and I think we had to go shopping or we had to do something. And then when I came home, I went out with Cody, and I came home and Wyatt met me at the door to tell me. Or maybe I went out on my own. Gosh, I can't remember. That day was really bad that night. Cody and Wyatt were at the house, and they met me. So I believe, this is what I believe. I believe that he truly, his spirit left his body when he was in surgery, and he died, and he never regained consciousness. And I truly believe that his body left his spirit. His spirit left his body at that time, and that's why I heard him and talked to him.
Yeah, he still comes to me every now and then in my dreams. Weird dreams, like I mentioned, but That's our quote-unquote father and son time when he does. So,
Yeah,
that's
I have
nice.
had a horrible dream about. I always have really big, epic dreams about the end of the world and apocalypse. And,
You gotta stop playing those corny games. Uh-oh.
so.
It's Cameron.
Well, I should pause it and then.
All right, hold on a second, folks.